Alright, let's do this. Mola Ram, you're going down. I'm trying to remember what India was saying when he was on the bridge. It's just like, you betrayed Shiva, you've taken the legendary stones, and now you are going to pay. It's like for a moment he got possessed by some sort of Hindu deity, and he was able to summon some sort of spell to be able to activate the stones, and that's what ultimately killed Mola Ram. And like I said before, the death at the end was something that I found utterly terrifying when I was a kid, but as an adult, it's something that's a lot more appreciated. Especially the way you just kind of see him kicking people off into the bridge afterwards. Water! Water! There's the water. Okay, let's see if I can do this prop. Oh, that's what it was. So that's really the main thing, is it's actually really hard to do this section because you have to be really quick if you got the bazooka trooper to shoot the mini kit. Well, shoot the wall to get that mini kit. And, what was I trying to say? Ah. And then that was the other one. So it's difficult to get some of those mini kits because we don't get the timing just right. The water will just sweep you away. It's a lot like the ending of the first level where if you're not quick enough, the boulder will take you away. What killed me? What exploded? The plant? Bring me up. Bring me up, Scotty. And yes, I know, I'm not really much of a Trekkie, but that line was never actually said in the show, so I'll just say it for you, because I'm sure someone is going to say it. And it makes me think of... So it's a bit of a running joke. Whenever I get together with friends, we always seem to end up getting Japanese food, which I am perfectly fine. I love hibachi, teppanyaki, teriyaki, all that good stuff. And I just remember one of them ordered sushi, and they're just like, hey, do you want some horseradish? And one of them was just like, oh, did you know it's not actually wasabi, it's what... Dang it! How did you get to that? After a while, you just hear the facts so many times that it's just like... It's fun to just mess with people who just say the fact before they have the chance to correct you. Kind of like how if you're watching Jurassic Park with an actual paleontologist, they'd probably say, well, actually, most of the dinosaurs in that movie were based off of the Cretaceous. No, not the Cretaceous. I'm trying to remember what periods there are. So, the Cretaceous, the Cambrian, the Precambrian, which that's even older than that. Dang it, what other eras are there? Was there a Thoracic with a TH? I'd have to look it up to be sure, but... Well, if there's any paleontologists in the house, or... Well, I do remember hearing that was a bit of a meme. It's just like, hey, if you're a boy, there's like 3 things you can pick from that you'll love for the rest of your life. Construction vehicles... dinosaurs, and I forget what the third one was. And then I just mess with people and say, well, I chose not to play. Here come the buggies. Alright, Willie, you put on the turban and the sword. Let's see, was there one of those statues that I get now? No! My turban! Wait, can I pick it up from there? Yes, I can! Now this is one of the things where a sort of Mandela effect is happening to me, because I do know that they very much recreated the scene, but in a more fan fiction version in the second Lego Indiana Jones game. And so I'm trying to remember which one belongs to which game. I do know for sure that in the second game, the attack with Mola Ram is a lot different. Like, he basically summons a giant effigy of Mola Ram, and then you have to, like, pull its limbs off one at a time. And, that is how you kill it. It just slowly bleeds out a whole bunch of lava. And for those of you that have actually played LEGO Indiana Jones 2, at least the Temple of Doom section, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everybody else probably thinks I'm tripping balls or something. Which, dang it, I do not really like that phrase so much because I don't like being reminded of such things, but I will admit it is kind of funny. Let's see, so I need the third one. What's going on here? Alright, Indy, your turn to get the turban. And the sword. Open the gate! Dang, I was hoping I could just kind of throw my sword on it, but I guess not. Oh. Interesting. So each one has like a little jewel thing. That must be the way forward. Is you activate the Thuggy statues. And then they give you the jewel. And now the connection is getting a little weak again, so the picture's going in and out. Hopefully it'll stay stable for a little while, but we shall see. Well, I appreciate that it's showing me the way. I kind of figured as much. Spears. If anybody recognizes that as a quote to The Road to El Dorado. Probably not. I think most people probably know about that one scene where it's like, on one hand, gold, on the other, painful, agonizing fate. I still find it weird that particular line became such a meme as of late. Which I can see why, it's quite exploitable, but I feel like there's, well, better movies you could do it with. It's not so much I hate... Dang it, I lost my turban! It's not so much I hate the movie The Road to El Dorado, it's just... Much like when I was reading Crime and Punishment, I felt it just had a very unsatisfactory ending. But in both cases, feel free to tell me why or why it wasn't a good ending. Just Short Round keeps falling in the pit. And I just find it funny how on occasion when he dies, you just kind of hear him go, ow! It's like, that's not usually what people say when they're dead. Okay, so we're Short Round, there we go. Making our way. And Willie's dead. There we are. We are one step closer to catching up with Mola Ram. I wonder if maybe I'm adding a little too much of an accent to that. Like, Well, I do kind of wonder, how in the world is it supposed to be pronounced? Was it a made-up name, or is Mola Ram an actual, like, title within the... Or would it be the Hindu faith, or would it be something else? I'm trying to think, is Kali a separate faith to Hinduism? Is it like an offset of it? Kind of like how there's Messianic Judaism, where it's Judaism, but they do believe in Christ, as opposed to regular Judaism that still thinks the Messiah still hasn't come yet. And now I'm talking about religion. You know what? Maybe I should probably avoid that topic, because while it's something I could talk about all day, I feel like it is quite a thing to discuss at this point, and I'd be worried about losing potential subscribers over this. Come on, I need to get all the flowers. Gotta get the smiley face. I feel like there's something more to this, but I do not have the time. I mean, I do, it's just I don't want to waste your time. After all, probably spending a little too much of it getting all the studs. That's kind of the issue. I like being a bit more 100% about it, and you know, there's so many things to buy in this game, and it's just a good idea to collect as many studs as you can. And there's kind of an older thing I liked about these games is, hey, this was back in an era where you didn't need to pay real money to unlock stuff. If you just played the game well enough, you could unlock it yourself. And as I probably said in another video, probably what I love about older gaming as well is that they didn't need a day one patch. When they made a game, it was working. I still kind of like the scene better in the movie where Short Round goes first and he's just like, see Willie, it's perfectly fine, and then just starts jumping up and down there. Surprised there wasn't a scream sound effect. Let me see if I remember. You have to take care of all the thuggies. Get Mola Ram. Ow! And then one of them will give you a sword, and that'll make it so you can break the drawbridge. There's the sword. And actually it doesn't matter so much because Willie's got the sword. Gotta cut off the bridge. I'm trying to remember what the scene in the movie is where Willie's just like, are you crazy? And then Short Round's just like, he's not crazy, he's insane. Something like that. Alright, I want to have Short Round throw the sword this time. Give me the sword! Maybe because he's got the shovel, I can't do much else. Maybe let me try the other side. I'm not breaking the game or something. Okay, there's the sword. Alright, this bridge is going down. At least I think so. Yep, those were the 4 support beams. Now all I have to do is just defeat Mola Ram. Oh, there was one more. It's always the big thing in the movie is they just made Mola Ram even more detestable in the idea that he's like kicking some of his own followers off the bridge to try to save himself. I do kind of love that little moment where Indy and Short Round have just been around so long that they've coordinated a victory dance. I wonder what that question mark means. Maybe Willie, being new to the group, just doesn't really know what's going on. Alright. We'll get a few things at least. Let's finish the story. Over the stones, you walk back to the village, and then everything starts to come back to where it should be. Children are free. The land is luscious once again, so the people are no longer starving. That is the thing, like, they're trying to shoehorn a bit of a connection between the two, but I don't know, it just seemed like in the movie, Willie was just like, look, I have had it with all your hair-raising adventures. If this is what you do for a living, you have to, like, fight off people in insane religions, get my heart nearly ripped out and all this other stuff. I want nothing to do with you, Dr. Jones. But yet here, it's like, you know what, that was fun. I want to be a part of this adventure. And what do you know? Nearly halfway through the game. Yeah. First, let's see them assemble the Traveler's Tales. Actually, there is one other thing I do want to do before concluding this episode. And that is to buy a new character. In playing the last level of Temple of Doom, you then unlock Mola Ram himself. And the fun thing is, very similar to the boxer, is the idea that he has some fun moves when he's killing people. But British officer, I like the idea that you can actually play as this character, even though they don't even show up in the level. Which, I mean, come on, couldn't they at least have, you know, had him shoot off some of the thuggies like they did in the movie? Once again, it really had that, like, old serial vibe. Adventure serial vibe. Or at least from what I gather, an old adventure serial vibe would be. One of these days, I would love to sit down and watch some of them. After all, I get the feeling most of them are in public domain at this point. I just have to wait for Mola Ram to come around. But first, personally, I like the red dress better. And again, I guess I just have a bit of a soft spot for the, I hope I'm saying the name of it right, the Kipo? It's translated from Chinese to English, so it's hard to say if it necessarily translates that perfectly. But essentially, a lot of people call it the Chinese dress. Oh! Looks like I've unlocked some of the bonus levels. Or at least one of the bonus levels. Very nice. So what in the world is Mola Ram? I know I bought him. If I don't get what I want, I'm gonna scream. I just couldn't resist. Well, if I wait for him in this room, I think he'll show up. Come on, where is Mola Ram? I want Mola Ram. Kalima. You can actually see all the cutscenes again if you want. Then over here are codes. In fact, I remember that was the fun thing, is if you bought some of the Lego sets on the box, they would actually give you codes for this game. Just simple things like, I don't know, would unlock a special character or something or whatnot. You can look them all online now, sure, but that was back in an era where it was nice to be able to, you know, figure these things out on your own. Well, I don't know where Mola Ram is, but I at least wanted to show you the art room as well as my awesome character. It's just annoying that she has male grubs, but whatever. So, until next time, keep having fun.